Okay, so quick update from yesterday. We finished off doing the dry ice. The back section come up probably lifted the easiest, but yeah, where it's a bit of surface rust, where the water's got underneath the deadener, and I think it had deteriorated, so it wasn't lifting in sheets, but it'd come up pretty easy with a hammer and scraper. So pretty happy with the back. A little bit of surface rust down in there. We'll have to just have a quick look at and just make sure it hasn't poked through. The back's pretty good. Got a bit of a hole here. I'll have to repair. A little bit more sort of rust there. That's sort of fairly pitted, so I dare say that may break through. Down in here's pretty good. I've just given it a hose out, just a preliminary hose out, just to see where we're at. I'll obviously have to get in there with some degreaser and get rid of any sort of tacky or greasy substances. So in here, sort of pretty good. That all that deadener there, just through fuel leaks, was all broken up. So so the plan moving forward will be to obviously get some paint. I'll have to get some paint under here. You can see where there's surface rust, where the water's been in underneath the deadener. And like as I said yesterday, there's just some areas where the deadener just wasn't making contact. So in actual fact, it's not really sort of efficient if it's doing that. So yeah, surface rust there. A little bit more sort of down there, but I don't think it'll break through. Got in under there and got rid of the deadener on the top of the tunnel. Yeah, I've still got a few bits I've missed, so I'll go through those and with the scraper. A little bit of corrosion in on that inside sill area, but again, I don't think it's going to break through. So yeah, reasonably happy with how it's all come up. It'll just be a matter of now of hitting it with some degreaser, getting in and cleaning up, sanding it back. I'll have to get into all the cavities and degrease and prep those, because I want to put the deadener inside wherever I can in there, so I need a nice clean surface. So I'll have to wipe all that down and get that back to paint. Just use some sort of white spirits, I guess, or but yeah, so yeah, no, pretty happy. But as you can see, you just never know what's sort of lurking underneath your mats and carpet, and I guess these could be a contributing factor. These, I guess, they're emergency drain sort of tab. These ones aren't really pushed through unless it's designed to be pushed down. Yeah, it looks like it is. But obviously they go down into the rails, but yeah, the rails are going to get water in them, and yeah, just if it's underwater for a while, it's just water's going to come up in there, and if there's any sort of air pockets in the deadener, it's just going to sit there and rust. So yeah, it was a good move bringing it back so bare metal. So anyway, this morning I've got in there with a wire wheel and gone over any sort of rusty areas. I've then given a good wipe over with methylated spirits. Then I've brushed on some rust converter, and yeah, just let that sort of sit for 15-20 minutes or so. Then I've given it a wipe over the damp cloth, then methylated spirits again, and then a clean cloth. So I was pretty happy with how how it come up after doing the wire wheel, especially down in these areas. Like I was a bit concerned, but a bit of scale, but I don't think anything to sort of hasn't broken through anywhere. So it's pretty sort of heavily sort of rusted in there. So probably could have went a little bit heavier of a wire wheel in there. Just sort of having a quick look at it now, but if I need to do it again, it's pretty sort of simple exercise just to rip the seat out. So so yeah, now I'll put some etch primer on it shortly. Just let it sort of dry. Put some etch primer on it, and that'll just about do me for floor prep in here. Then I'll have to start looking to get all that crap off the roof. Start sanding the exposed bits that will end up with some paint on them. So I'll give it a good sand inside, and then by that stage we'll probably have the doors off and we'll start putting some paint down. So